Many of the people who made up that first group of oil workers to come to Karmai in the 50s also retired here and live here now. I set up an interview with one of them, Mr. Chen, to ask him for his first-hand account of what life was like then. When I arrived at his apartment, he was still doing his morning exercises with people from his apartment complex. Many of them are now into their 70s, and to have worked under such extreme conditions in their youth, it amazed me how flexible and active they are today.
您是哪一年到卡拉玛依来
？59年。
那个时候的卡拉玛依怎么样？
那时候卡拉玛依只有这平房，只有刚刚跟你说了，只有平房。你比如59年，一批专业同志，60年专业同志没地方住，怎么办？那自己盖房子。冬天刮风嘛，下雪嘛，一下子把我们一家几栋房子嘛，人出不来了。什么出不来了？风那个雪和沙子把门和窗子都堵死了，人出不来，是这种情况。但是石油工人呢，这个劲头不怕。哎，石油工人这个能吃苦，啊，你比如说怎么能吃苦呢？比如说是咱们这个现在这个挖管线啊，就是输油管线都是机械式的，机械化挖。我们那场怎么办呢？是工人挖，自己弄石子高，就一锹锹把管线挖出来，一挖个100-200米、300-400米，是这样挖出来的。
冬天、
夏天都是这样。原来卡拉玛依的水是紧张的，比如说在这一棵树，不是像这个喷泉浇水啊，而是用卡车、用水罐车来浇水。比如我说个不好听的话，养一棵树比养一个孩子还困难，只有一个自来水口。
几个人用？
不是几个人啊，就整个一个村子，只有一个水房，一个土水房，一个土房，一个木的那个砖房，这个一个水管子，天天要去挑水抬水去。我们上班啊，孩子们回来，你像我大李娃儿子回来，那才11-12岁啊，两个人挑不动水。两个人抬水去。
When the Shishi oil field was initially developed 9 years ago, it looked a lot like this area here, almost completely barren except for oil itself. But with an investment of over 7 million renminbi, the area got a total makeover in order to improve the quality of life for its workers. After all, workers often have to stay in a place like this for months at a time without returning home. And even for the most dedicated worker, this would get old.
The Shishi makeover represents more than just superficial changes in the land where the oil fields are built. Today's highly skilled oil workers are valuable industry commodities, and companies work to retain them. One way this has been achieved has been through improvements in their overall quality of life. Not only does this make for happier workers, it makes for more efficient and productive workers too.
I'm told that this is the Shishi oil field, but for the last kilometer or so of road, I didn't see any derricks, any drills. All I saw was green grass and trees. So we're gonna have a look to see if this is really the place.
Are you here?
Yes, hi, are you Mr. Gui?
Welcome to Shishi Oil Field Operating District.
Thank you very much.
This way.
So what is this space?
This is our apartment garden. Look, the left is our apartment. The right is our office space. Yeah. We built this apartment garden for our workers, for they can have a comfortable environment to work, to live. Yeah.
And do you come here often in your leisure time?
Yeah, I come here often for relaxation.
Good, good.
Yeah. This way. This is my office.
Wow.
Center control room. I would like to give you a simple introduction about this system.
Okay, great.
This system have three functions. The one is data acquisition, and the second is roommate control, and the third is real-time alarm system.
How many people does a modern oil field like this need to function?
We just needed about 300. Yeah.
But before you had these computers, because maybe 10 years ago or 50 years ago, these computers were not available. So prior to these computers, how many people were necessary?
About 2,000. Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. So what about these computers over here?
This computer is iFix station. You know, iFix is a kind of configuration software. We use this software to develop our SCADA. That means system control and data acquisition.
Managing an oil field is a highly skilled job, and many of the workers here use their time off to keep up on the latest industry and technological developments. But they are people too. Soccer magazines are a big hit, as are novels ranging from kung fu fiction to ancient classics.
去每年都投入10万左右来更新这里面的图书，这边业余文化生活是相当丰富的。你像平时我们一般都是在工人一般都在这里查资料呀，或者看一些图书，了解大事。
A day's work for people like Mr. Gui doesn't include a lot of moving around. As a systems maintenance engineer, most of his movements are clicking a mouse or maybe making a phone call. So fitness centers like this one really come in handy, and they're very popular.
This is our healthy center, and after work we come here to let off some steam.
Oh, great. On the wall of the gymnasium, they have 3 phrases that say something like a good environment, a good mood, and a good body. And you get the sense that this oil field really cares about the whole person with its workers, and that you guys are really well taken care of. It's really impressive.
在我们新疆油田公司各个单位，这个群众性的文化体育活动，近几年是开展的很普及。
就是每天我们在工作之余吃完饭，大家都到这个体育馆进行娱乐活动，锻炼身体。
It turns out, in the middle of the Gobi Desert, of all places, there is a golf course. Let's go ask the manager what's going on. 您好。你好。你们是怎么在沙漠中建了这么一个高尔夫球场？
我们呢，这个地方呢是一个沙漠地区，我们建这个球场的过程中呢，经常呢刮8到9级的大风，我们刚种下去的草种呢，被一场大风呢就卷走了。以前呢这个地方呢是不毛之地，奋斗2年时间呢以后才建了绿色。
To tell the truth, I've never even held a real golf club, and I never imagined my first time hitting a golf ball would be in the Gobi Desert. But obviously, this doesn't really count as the desert anymore. It's as green as any course in the world.
For a city that revolves around oil, there are plenty of ways to spend time here that don't involve drilling or refining. One of the city's unique features is a street built just for pedestrians. It even has a waterfall. Tonight, I'm taking in a movie at one of the city's many movie theaters.
Because oil fields have to be in operation 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, it is inevitable that some people have to work holidays. But for the major holidays, the oil field arranges parties and social gatherings in these places to help ease some of the homesickness and help workers enjoy themselves as much as possible. The demands on these workers are undeniably high, but so too seem to be the perks. Karmai has plenty of ways to relax, including one of my favorite pastimes, shopping. I passed on the national chain stores and headed for Guomao, where I was advised that the most local character was evident. I was not disappointed. Walking through this market, perhaps more than anywhere else around Karamai, I really got the sense of this city as a crossroads for so many different cultures. A lot of the products weren't just made in another country. In many cases, they actually preserved the flavor and eccentricities of their countries of origin. In one shop, hundreds of images of eyes stared at me from all four walls. As it turns out, they were variations on some of the prominent imagery that the Kazakh minority uses to decorate their homes. There were also a lot of accessories and decorations popular among Muslims in the city. One store sold wall hangings imported from Saudi Arabia with poetry from the Quran in gold embroidery. Perhaps what shocked me most were items I saw in this stall. Now, I've been to the biggest markets in Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, but between you and me, this market in the middle of Karamai was the first place in China that I've been able to find deodorant for sale. Imported from Mongolia, it sat in the same small shop next to vases carved in Pakistan and perfumes from Iran.
当年我赶着马去寻找草地，到这里了，竹马，我瞭望过你，茫茫的戈壁，像无边的大海，我只好转过脸，向别处走去。
阿克拉蚂蚁，我不愿意走近你。你没有草，没有水，也没有人迹。阿克拉蚂蚁，你只有一片山里。
By all measures, Karamai is a young city, but due in part to its short history, the three generations who have worked hard here have left a distinctive and impressive imprint. Although working conditions have improved and the standard of living has risen, it seems the workers' unflinching work ethic remains the same. And thanks to them, Karamai's future promises to be brighter and brighter. Thanks for watching this edition of Rediscovering China. Halahoish.